What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dorkatron Prime, currently here with Sergio. Sergio's gonna be sharing with us his Jesmon deck, which I've seen massive success with playing myself and watching. So Sergio, if you want to go ahead and jump into the deck profile, you can.
Sure. Hey, what's up, everyone? Gonna go over Jesmon. As you know, Jesmon is going to be a very popular deck going into the BT6 format. This specific Jesmon build is going to be tailored to post-deck when the structured decks come out, because when BT6 actually arrives for NA, there's going to be a few cards missing, but we'll go over them. So first, let's go over the babies. One Koromon, very basic. If you have your stack, get 1,000 DP. My opinion, the best baby in the game for Jesmon is Yokomon. What Jesmon is trying to do is trying to swing over everything since it has piercing. Yokomon, when you swing at a Digimon, you gain 1,000. Jesmon by himself, when we'll get to him, he'll give himself plus 3,000, 4,000, whatever other inheritables you have. You'll probably be comfortably swinging around 15, 16. Only one thing in the game is going to kill you in terms of Digimon, and if you hit security, we have options for that. So 4 Yokomon, 1 Koromon. We'll go ahead and start with the rookies. So we have Huckmon, arguably the best searcher in the game, especially for Jesmon. On play, reveal the top 5. You can grab any Huckmon, Sistermon, and just add it to your hand. You can add 2 Huckmons, 2 Sistermons, 2 Saviors. Like, this literally fixes your hand. When you're playing the game, you have to think if it's better to Digivolve, because you will have games where the difference between Digivolving on top of this or just hard playing it and searching is huge. I mean, Jesmon breaks a lot, and you have to basically learn how to play out of your best with this deck because it will happen. But Huckmon will definitely save your hands. It's definitely the best searcher in the game and needed.
Thank you though.
Next one comes from the starter deck that will not be released when BT6 comes out, but it will be released later on in December. It's a very basic 3-drop. It can warp into your Gallimons later, and it has an inheritable. When you delete something, you will draw a card. Jesmon, when you're piercing over stuff, you just draw an extra card. So just 3 of these. Next, we have another booster. We have starter deck Agumon, 1,000 mixed in with your baby Yokomon. Your Jesmon now has 2,000 extra DP plus his original 3,000. So he's 14, 15, 16. Like I said, you swing over anything. And we'll move on. And the last baby that I run in this deck for a rookie is Monodroma. Why I run this is because I've had certain games where to activate the Jesmon ability, you need a Digimon to be played. There are some games where you go into Jesmon and you just don't have a Sistermon, but you can play this, go into your Jesmon, depending on how much memory you have, or if you have a memory booster. Just playing this will activate Jesmon's ability. If you do not have a Sistermon, and then its piercing is active, its plus 3k is active, and you can go in. And then to finish the level 3 lineup are your white Digimon, which is your Sistermons. This card helps you fix your hands at the beginning of the game as well. So you play it for 3, on play, you draw a card, and she turns all your Sistermons into blockers. So very early on in the game, you can drop this, draw a card. You really don't care if it dies because Jesmon can bring it back. So you swing into security, goes into the grave, you can bring it back with Jesmon, draw. Very, very great card. I run a 3-3 split. I think it works fine. And started that Greymons, very basic, level 4, security +1. Jesmon restands. want to do as much damage as you can. When Jesmon swings, you're going for game, basically. You're going for game. This helps with it, and I wouldn't play any other level 4. The main level 4 of the deck, which helps, is for Hawkmon. His inheritable effect is if you have a Sistermon in play, you can delete one of your opponent's 5k Digimon. So when Jesmon restands, this is just a once per turn, but if they have a 5k blocker or anything below 5 play, you can blow it up and just go for security or go for anything else. And there is a combo with him and another Digimon that I run that you can delete up to 7Ks. Two Agunimons, very basic. Jesmon goes for all security. Agunimon can win you the game. Just running 2.
What does he even do? Oh, sorry.
And then the other pair of the Sistermons, we have 3 Sistermon CL. 4 to drop. You gain 1 memory when she comes on the field. All turns it gives all your Hawkmon and Royal Knights plus 2k. Again, another power boost for Jesmon that really doesn't need it because he's already swinging for massive amounts of DP. And now your main level 5. You live and die by this card. Save your Hawkmon. Inheritable. Once per turn, if you have a Sistermon in play, you restand your Jesmon. This is the card that makes Jesmon what it is. And then when you're Digivolving on top of it, you summon a Sistermon. During the game, you're going to have to decide if you want to promote Digivolve on top of this just to get your Sistermon. It's also an okay play to just Digivolve it in the back, because if you lose this card, it hurts so much. Okay, so you have to decide where you want to go. Summoning the Sistermon, Jesmon is going to do it either way. So yeah, I mean, unless you're going for a power play that turn, it's super okay to be Digivolving it in the raising area. The other level 5 I run in this deck, 3 Rise Greymons. Why do I run Rise Greymon? I don't do it because of the free tamer, because I'm going to be playing the tamer. But if it happens, cool, I drop a tie. But mainly because you minus 2k something on the board. There are cards in this game, like Rebellion, who is a 7k retaliation blocker that completely cucks Jesmon. Okay, so the combo with this is you have Hawkmon on top of a Rise Greymon. And then you have your Jesmon on top, obviously. You would swing, you could minus 2k the Rebellion from 7 to 5, and then you pop it with Hawkmon. You just deleted a 7k body. You know, deleting 7ks is amazing. Your average blockers are 6k now, if you do run blockers in your deck. And then if you don't run the 6k blockers, this card by itself would just delete the 4k blockers. So that is specifically why I run it, because purple is this deck's cuck. This guy will get rid of Rebellion without a problem, any other level 7s.
This guy lost to Eosmon.
You will see my video where I played Jesmon versus Courage. That will be coming out later. And then obviously the star of the show, the big bad boss, Jesmon. For Jesmon, there are some lists that only run Jesmon. My list doesn't for now. Jesmon, when attacking, summon a Sistermon. When you summon something or when a Digimon is played that turn, gains plus 3k piercing. Nothing is stopping this card unless you hit an insane option card in security. But this card is self-explanatory for what it does. You know, you swing with this card, you're winning the game. Next, we are just running for now one Gallantmon. This Gallantmon, you can warp into it with our Gillimon if your opponent has a level 6 on board. Or even if you don't see your Jesmon and you see this one and you have a stack of like a Rise Greymon and a Savior Huck, kind of the same thing applies, where he has the ability to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 4k DP or less. If it's deleted by this effect, if nothing is deleted by this effect, you get plus 3k. You can do something kind of similar where you can go ahead and swing minus 2k, a 6k blocker. He's down a 4k. You can pop it with this, you can pop it with this, or you can pop one 6k blocker, one 5k blocker, and you can pop two things with one swing. It's pretty crazy, but that's the last level 6 I do run on my in my deck. So 4 Jesmons, 1 Gallantmon, and then we will continue. We run 2 Omnis, Omni Blitzes. So once Jesmon takes care of all security, if it's still your turn, Blitz Omni for game. It's very self-explanatory of what to do. This is a Royal Knight, so your Sistermons are active, their blockers are active, and this card protects itself if they try to Gaia Force it, or I think Iron Fist it. And then 1 Antibody X. We run the Antibody X mainly because it's very good in the mirror match. Because if Jesmon swings at you and you negate the attack, sure, they'll get their one attacking effects off, but the fact that you just negate the attack and they don't take any security, your Digimon don't die to piercing, it'll go ahead and restand and try to attack again, and you just go ahead and negate it. It is super, super strong in the mirror match, and it stops other attacks as well. I don't pull this off a lot, but when it does happen, depending on the matchup, it just snowballs even harder. The second best card in this deck, it is your Judgment of the Blade. Play Judgment of the Blade, your Royal Knights or your Huckmon swing over things. It swings over your opponent's Digimon. That's the main thing that Jesmon wants to do, plus its piercing and its security checks. You can't be scared of using Judgment of the Blade when you're not in Jesmon, because you could use it with your Savior Huck. If let's say they promote, they have their champion on the field, you can do your Blade, give it to your Huckmon, swing over their champion. Now they have no champion, and you instantly punish them for what they did. When they hit this card in security, you can go ahead and play a Sistermon from your hand or trash. I've had games where they hit Sistermon, and I go ahead and bring out the Selly, the one that gives me 1 memory, and instantly passes the turnover because they swung at zero energy or 0 memory, and they just don't expect it. Plus, it goes to your hand. Amazing card. 3, if you want to play 4, go for it. I play 3. Start a deck. Red memory boost. The deck needs this card. That's why I say post deck, this deck becomes very strong. Exactly when BT6 comes out, it's a little bit weaker because you do need as much search as you can so you can fix your hand, as it does break pretty hard. 2 ties. If you have tie on the field, you have Greymon in the stack, you have Jesmon, Greymon, tie, you're swinging for 3, restanding, swinging for 3 again. And then just 1 delicate plan. You play it, all option cards go bye-bye. And then there's a lot you can do with this deck, and it all depends on what your local meta is and what's happening. Yeah, I mean, you could always tech in more delicate plans if everyone's playing security control. You can do a lot of things with this deck. So that is Jesmon, and hope you guys enjoy.
Thanks, Serge. Have a nice day, guys.